The camera crew have gone and done it again. Got themselves stuck and called on me for help.
How'd you go nearly rolling the camera car?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It may not look like much, but they're precariously parked along a narrow spur on an angle no one wants to be on. The plan is to cautiously winch them back, get the nose pointing down the dune, and all going well, they can simply drive it straight out. We always have a stack of fun on our trips, and this is just a little sneak peek at what goes on when some of the main cameras are turned off. It was a slow and careful process, but it worked a treat.
What? A Challenger is out of the mix!
Welcome back to part 4 of our Eyre Peninsula journey. It's been incredible so far, and there's plenty more still to come. This week, we continue our trek along the Sleaford Wanna track with our local host, Jeff from Untamed Escapes, leading the way.
After our brief stop at Salmon Hole, we continued on our trek along the cliffs. Turquoise water, beautiful white beaches. It was a beautiful clear day, nice crisp clean sets of waves coming in.
As usual, South Australia's turning it on. I always see it. It's one of the best looking parts of Australia, there's no doubt about it. The coastline out there is second to none. Travelled all over the world and have not seen anything like it.
It's a very single narrow track, overgrown, but you have these magnificent views over the Indian Ocean.
Terrain here is incredible.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot out here. We've got some sand dunes coming up now. Wow.
5 minutes off the road and all of a sudden we're buried deep inside in the sand dunes.
That is incredible. Look at the formation on those little small dunes there.
Kind of like a boat. You're just rocking to the side, bumping up and down, but it's a great experience.
Beautiful views from up there. You've got all the dunes and the vegetation, which is quite unusual.
Dunes so close to the beach, this is just incredible.
Isn't that where sand dunes are meant to be?
We take this for granted.
Yeah, it's nothing like this in other states, eh?
We had a couple of the guys say it was almost like the Nevada desert and it's a sight to be seen.
If you buy one sand dune, you get a second sand dune free.
Yeah, that's it.
Driving on sand is just such a crazy sense of freedom. There's no trees, it's vast. It's the absolute essence of off-roading. Hey Jeff, this is a massive backyard you've got to play in.
Fantastic place we've got here.
How long does this stretch of National Park go for?
On the dunes, it's about another 9 kilometres. The park itself goes another 20 odd.
Off into the side, people have been driving on the dunes where they shouldn't be, and it's just destroying the environment up there.
When you drive through a national park like this, which is in such pristine condition, the only way to really maintain it is to actually stick to the tracks and don't go and tear it up.
I just can't understand people's mindset to think that that's all right.
The track's been clearly marked. There's a post there, red marker on it. You can't miss it. It actually is still quite fun to drive on those. It's no extra to turn around and tear up a hill.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Stockton Beach shut down, so fingers crossed that people can do the right thing out here and we can have these areas maintained and have them kept open for future generations.
Proceed along the narrow single track. It just continues for mile after mile, and beautiful scenery.
A little bit rocky up through here, guys, but stunning views back over your right shoulder. Beautiful vegetation, crazy skies overhead. Does it get any better?
I have a flat tire.
Right, convoy, you go through to the lookout, get set up, and we'll get this tyre sorted. To show how important it is to carry the right gear and know how to use it. Probably just coming around one of those corners or on one of those rocks, it's just split the bead open a little bit, let enough air out, the tyre's gone flat. We've got a compressor, we've got power, very quickly, tyres come up, it's holding air, we're all good to go.
We went to this beautiful cliff top area and that's where we had lunch. We all thoroughly enjoyed it and sat back and relaxed.
Beautiful lookout, looking over the ocean.
In the right time of the year, it's the perfect spot for spotting whales. It's a top view, the sun was shining.
Enjoy the calmness and just listen to the waves.
We were parked on the roadside where the vegetation's growing out on the road, so I picked a few samples there to tell people about the plants and how they survive in such a harsh, exposed environment. Tell people how the Aborigines used the flower stalk to make fire. People were quite surprised at the knowledge there is to be gained by having a guide to go through a place like this.
After lunch, I decided it was my turn to relax, so I jumped in the passenger seat and Sarah jumped in the driver's seat for a little bit more experience. She hasn't done much sand driving at all.
I decided, okay, yeah, I'm going to jump in the driver's seat, get a bit of forward driving in, a bit more sand than previous times. But then Jeff, our tour guide, tells us, oh yeah, this is where the forward driving actually begins.
Safety is paramount when you're out off-roading. One of the simplest things you can do while driving in the sand is have a sand flag. The track is tight, it's windy, you can't see a car coming, but you can see an orange flag that's 3 metres in the air. It will minimise your chances of having a head-on.
Yeah, a couple of days in, so far so good. But the scenery around here, I just did not expect it to be what it is. I can't explain it.
It's very different, like when we've been in the same spot, same parks, it's just been so many different terrains and scenery, and yeah, it's not something that you get at home. It's kind of busy.
It'll be something I know I'll be talking a lot about for a fair while to come, and I want to come back.
The one thing that is very noticeable during the national park is the diversity of terrain. We've got rocks, soft sand, hard sand, climbs, descents. One of the areas we came to was a particularly sort of a nice climb around a corner.
One of the great things about the group that we've got with us is we've all done a fair bit of sand driving over the last few shows. Here wasn't, I suppose, going to throw up any challenges for us, but it did. We came down over a couple of sand dunes and it was a nice big climb out of one. A few of us took a couple of attempts to get over it, but it was fantastic. Andreas, he got about 2 or 3 attempts, absolutely fanged it.
Simon made it up pretty easily and I thought, oh yeah, no dramas.
Sarah was inside in the Cooper car, she had 2 attempts and yeah, made no shortage on the second one, she got right over it.
So go up and we get stuck at the top. But luckily, with the help of Grant and Mike and of course Jeff in the car.
More left hand down, Sarah, left hand down. That's it, keep coming back at it now.
Didn't quite have enough momentum at the top and just missed it, and I mean just missed out on getting over. We reversed her down the hill, she had another crack and got over the top. Probably carried a little bit too much speed on the other side. There was a bit of fishtailing going on, but she was giggling like a schoolgirl and having a lot of fun. That's all part of the fun. You get out here to have a go, test your vehicles, test yourself, and we've certainly done that today.
So the tracks out here have been really different. So we started out with tight tracks, really narrow, trying to go around really slowly around the bends, and then they open up massively with all the dunes.
Jeff, our tour guide, also mentioned there was this massive dune. We came around this corner and it just opened right up. It did not look like any part of Australia I've ever seen before. And this dune was huge and it just curved around towards the ocean. Magnificent to look at.
Back out the other side, completely different landscape, really rocky through here, in between the dunes, and flattens out a little bit of a low spot down to the water.
It was time to head inland and make our way back to camp for the night.
Untamed Escapes is pretty privileged to have the opportunity to bring people through this route that we've been through. It's been a great time with the crew over the last 2 days. We've really had some fun, and to be able to share it with you, it's been really good that people in the crew understand the environment. These opportunities aren't here forever.
So we're making our way out and Jeff, the tour guide, says there's one last dune and it's a pretty sick dune.
It's got a nice big flat top plateau over the top, and then all of a sudden you come to this bad boy where you got to get down and everyone's like, oh, that's a bit nervy. But you just point it straight, keep the power into it. If you feel your car starting to budge left or right, just power down, keep the steering nice and tight, don't touch the brake.
Look, it's been a long day, but a thoroughly enjoyable day. A lot of different areas we visited in the Lincoln National Park. The terrain's been magnificent, well preserved. Really enjoyed the tracks. We've literally driven all day. Along the coastline, up dunes, down dunes, through the vegetation, over rocks, up and down, and the weather's been great, the company's been great. So now to top it all off, we just got a beautiful sunset in the background, and time to head back to Mikera Station, get the fire going, and crack open a beer.
So we just finished our last night camping at Mikera Station, and it was really great to be amongst the wildlife. We got the koalas and a lot of birds.
Absolutely magnificent spot. An old sheep station that was set up by the Borthwick family back in about the 1840s. Some beautiful old ruins inside there, and they still have one of the original homestead houses inside there too.
Packed up, had a breakfast, and we made our way northwest towards Coodlie Park, which is probably a 2.5-hour drive train set up the coast.
There are so many spots on the way where you can see the spectacular coastline of the Eyre Peninsula. It's really worthwhile the trek.
I believe we've just turned off the Flinders Highway, making our way up an easy climb to Cummins Lookout.
Yeah, looking good so far. I can't wait to get up the top and see what we can see.
Well, there should be some pretty impressive views over the coastline, I dare say, some cliffs, beautiful blue skies, and a little bit more of that beautiful turquoise ocean.
Yes, today's very much like a Queensland winter's day. Lovely, moment 20 degrees, nice blue sky, no wind, it's lovely. Say it again with a bit more passion.
That's a bit of ruins, look over there.
Maybe not that much passion. Jimmy's just pointed out a little bit of ruins over on the right there, with a bit of nice dune spot as well.
Yeah, I see that up on the hill.
Two cars parked up ahead, guys, so we pull into this little parking spot here on the right and then walk over to the cliff.
Stock parked, had a good look, beautiful cliff tops. The ocean from the previous days had calmed down significantly. Crystal clear, nice glassy conditions, and a couple of surfers out there making good use of the beautiful waves that were coming in.
Cliffs were so steep. It was a great, amazing view of that water crashing against the rocks, but quite steep.
Very undercut, so we had to be really careful where to step.
You're just looking out of that beautiful blue ocean, just wanting to be out there. It was as flat as a tack and just amazing.
The next stop along the way up towards Coodlie Park was Loxwell. Nice big car park at the top for people with caravans and larger vehicles, but here had a smaller four-wheel drive, very nice path sort of halfway down the cliff.
It was a spectacular view. The beach was amazing. You had some people fishing out there, some people walking along. It would have been great for some surfing. We stood there quite a bit, just taking in the view.
You can take your fridge, your cool box, your barbie, and spend the day down there.
Could see a whole series of bait fish schooling, so it'll be a great spot to stop and have a fish and just maybe have a surf and take in the day as it goes by.
We had to get to Coodlie Park, so we made good use of the viewing platform, took some wonderful photographs and headed back up the hill.
Come on, Andreas, I can see your hands there. Come on, get really sexy.
No,
Come on. Come on.
That's it, after 34 years.
Too artificial.
A bit further up the Flinders Highway, we arrived at our destination for the night.
Coodlie Park, it's a fantastic property, direct access to the beach, a bit of four-wheel driving. A young couple from Western Australia took it over less than a year ago.
Hi, Lena.
Thanks for sharing all your toys with us, Lena.
Oh, the eyes.
We have 2 cottages. Then we've also got the bungalow for joint families or school gatherings.
We stayed in a honeymoon suite, whatever that means, after 35 years of marriage.
They took us through, showed us their campground was just magnificent. You got a couple of animals in the pen, they got some goats and chickens and ducks, so a lot for the family to see.
it's only $15 a night, and that's per vehicle, so it doesn't matter how many people are in the car. Come see our animals, come to the campground. Hopefully we see you all soon.
Camping has to be about convenience and comfort, and towing a hybrid van has transformed both of those for me. It takes literally a few minutes to set up our Tanami X11 camper, and the end result is a self-contained base station where we can cook, eat and sleep without any fuss at all. And that means more time to rest, relax and of course explore. And with that in mind, Coodlie Park has plenty on offer for everyone.
After a big afternoon, we're all pretty tired. We decided, well, we're going to take it easy this afternoon. And some of us headed out to the animals that they've got around the back. They've got so many animals there that they've set up at Coodlie Park.
Guinea fowls, turkeys, goats, little sheep. They even had swimming pool for their ducks. Kids would love it there. They could spend all day in the little animal zoo. Dale and Christy did a great job. All kids are welcome to step in, feel the animals, play with them.
So for the animals, I've actually also got a couple little snakes. I helped them, they were cutest little things, but Schumann actually had a fear of them. She actually gave it a good go and petted them, so good on her. It was really great of her, but maybe next time she'll hold them. But of course, Jeff and Grant had to do one last fish just to try and get something for dinner.
Myself and Grant got Dale, the owner, to run us down to one of his secret spots down on the beach.
Tony, he's the local fishing guru and he promised us fish. So Jeff and I grabbed our rods, headed up the coast a few kilometres and he took us to his secret beach.
It was a hell of a walk. It was soft sand, it was about 1 kilometre up the beach. I think I was pooped by the time I got there. But we flicked some lures around. Again, unfortunately no luck. But we had the joys of seeing the sun setting over the cliffs and it was spectacular. Beautiful cool water, crystal clear turquoise. Great way to finish your day.
We went back to the cottage. The young couple put an amazing dinner together for us on the barbie. We were sitting around the fire, very nice fireplace. You could really see how much effort they are putting already into that property, and we had a great evening there.
I was surprised by Dale and Chrissy cooking us this amazing dinner. You had sausages, chicken, rissoles, a nice bit of pasta salad. It was so tasty. And just be able to sit there and eat it in front of their fire pit that they've made themselves, massive. It's great to have everyone together, be able to sit, chat and talk together instead of everyone being separated. It was really nice. Great way to top off the night.
Coodlie Park has it all. Dale and Christy are fantastic hosts. Can't thank them enough. It's great for us to actually visit them. You would definitely want to stay there. Put it on your bucket list.
Next week, we sadly see our final chapter of the Eyre Peninsula adventure. But we've kept some of the best till last. Our coastline journey hits a whole new level as we explore the incredible Woolshed Cave and take a first-hand close-up look at the tub. We hit the beach for some more four-wheel driving that ends in disaster, and we push further north to find some amazing geological features that surprise us all. All that and plenty more next week on Your 4x4 as we feature the final leg of our Eyre Peninsula adventure.